Hello everyone, I have a replay from Sunday's race I would like to show you. It is round 3 of DK Championship number 3 organized by KK Race. In this championship we don't know what track in which car we are racing until 40 minutes before the start, when we are told what combination we are racing. We get 30 minutes for practice, followed by 5 minutes qualifying, and we go racing. 50 minutes race with all 3 compounds mandatory. As you can see, we are in Barcelona driving Lamborghini Huracan Group 3. So let's take a look what can we do in this race. I get the reasonable qualifying, which I didn't expect. So I'm starting on P2. I was only 2/10 behind the pole position. So I'm starting on the hard tire, and everybody around me is on the softer compound, and as you can see, I had a shocking start and everybody around get a better run into T1. So I tried to take it really easy and not hit anyone. And I immediately fall down by like 3 places. I get a little compromised into turn 3 by the punt from Frosty, who was behind me, so he get a run on me, and I'm trying to hang it around the outside, but with his superior grip it's really hard for me. But I'm hanging there and not giving it for free. As you can see, we are still side by side. Unfortunately, the tire grip of the hard tires is just awful, and I get a poor run out of this turn, and I need to yield. So at this point I'm trying to not concede any other position and hold my ground on P6. But the guys behind me are also on a softer compound, so Boleslav here gets a run on me, trying to hang it out around the outside, but he goes a little bit wide, dip his wheels on the gravel, and that gives me advantage into the last sector. So I hang in there, and I get a much better run than him out of the chicane, and I pull a little gap. So at this point I'm quite confident that he's not gonna get a run on me into T1. So at this point the race is a little bit settled, but I'm still aware that they are behind me and they are gonna try to get in front of me. As you can see, he can carry so much more speed through the corners than I can. So at this point I'm a little bit worried about him. He's having a little look on the inside, but he's too far back. Little touch from behind, but nothing major. He's still there, and the guys in front are pulling away, which is which we could expect on the hard tire versus mediums or soft, which the guys in front are running. They are still really close behind me, but Boleslav get a poor run out of the hairpin, and he's all over the place. So at this point the gap is quite big enough for me to be like confident that they are not gonna overtake me anytime soon. The gap gets even bigger. I seem to be much stronger out of the chicane. So now I just have to put my head down and focus on putting some solid laps in. So the guys in front can't pull away so far. The guys behind me are fighting for position, which is good for me. They're gonna be losing time, so I can relax now. You can see Josef Radotin is diving there on the inside. Pretty okay move. There was a little contact, but it's the green Lamborghini there. So at this point I'm in a little bit of no man's land, and I'm thinking about my strategy. I'm still not sure if I should two-stop it or do one extra stop with two stints on soft tire, which could work because the difference between the hard and soft tire on Catalunya is huge because of the nature of the circuit. Lots of slow corners and sweeping corners. So the grip advantage is really big. So I'm still not sure what am I gonna do. I'm thinking about the 3-stop. As you can see, the gap got really big now. At this point it's at least 2.5 seconds, 3 seconds. So I have a nice breathing space and can just focus on my laps. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit because there is nothing happening. As you can see, it's just me doing laps and laps. Nobody behind me, nobody in front of me. So we're approaching end of lap 5, which is a crucial point in the race for me, because I decided that I'm gonna do the 3-stop. Because I like to be the driver who makes the difference in the field, and I didn't think that anyone else is gonna try the 3-stop. So I'm just thinking to myself, like, screw it, let's just have some fun and some good racing from the back, which I really enjoy. Lots of overtaking. You can see the Lamborghini boys getting ready with medium tires for me. And we rejoin the circuit like in a nice clean air. There is at least 10 seconds gap in front of me, so I can just focus on putting some laps in. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Nothing's happening here, but 3 laps later I'm right on the back of these guys, so the pace difference is quite significant. You can see Ace, who was pretty far in front of me, rejoining behind me. I don't know if I can thank only the undercut or if he was refueling something, but he's on hard tires, so he's gonna be falling back. But now I have these 3 guys in front of me, which I need to clear really fast. Otherwise my strategy gets compromised, and Ladeska is gonna get a little bit twitchy on the exit of the turn, which allows me to sneak up on the inside, and I take the position. Next up is Mixo in the grey Lamborghini, also on hard tire. At this point I'm firmly in the slipstream, so I'm getting a nice tow down the straight into the hairpin. And he almost bins it, but he managed to catch it, and that's a free position for me, so happy days. Next up is Vitsarbe 3-3. And I was hoping he's gonna pit, but he's not going into the pit. But I'm in the slipstream and I get the run into T1. He's not gonna defend. I get on the inside, on the brakes a little bit later, and I outbrake myself slightly, so I don't get a great run through turn 2. But we get the position, so it's still okay. And now again we have some clean air in front of us, so we can forget about these guys and focus on the laps. There were some guys going into the pits at the end of lap 8, so I gained a couple of positions. You can see Josef Radotin in front of me getting like a little bit twitchy on the exit, which cost him some time, and I can get a little bit closer. Take it nice and easy. The tire wear is ×8, I believe, so it's quite high, and in this car it's very tricky when you drive it with worn tires. And Josef Radotin is going into the pits, and that plays into my cars really nicely, because I don't need to lose any time by overtaking him. You can see Aya Speed getting out of the pits on soft tires, and I'm very aware about it, so I know he's gonna be right up on my ass in a space of 1.5 laps to 2 laps. Which is pretty much happening right now. But he's not gonna be able to go for the move into turn 1. And right behind Aya Speed there is a Frosty, and I believe he's on soft tire as well. So both of these guys are gonna try to overtake me really soon. And you can see Aya Speed is really close at this point, and I'm quite confident that he's gonna try to go for the move into the hairpin. You can see how fast he's closing in. I thought he's like too far back to go for the move, but he's gonna go for the dive, and I see it coming, so I leave the door open. You can see him flashing the hazard lights by thanking me for not resisting too much. We are on different strategies, so there is no point for me to hold him back on losing time by doing it. I wanted to stay in the slipstream, but I messed up the chicane, and he immediately pulls away, which leaves me vulnerable for Frosty, who is in the slipstream, and he's gaining, and he's trying to go for the move into turn 1. but he's a little bit too far back, and he puts his nose there, but I see it coming and I close the door. I was a little bit afraid that he's gonna keep it there and spun me around, but it didn't happen. But into this turn he's firmly on my inside, so I just let him go. He goes a little bit wide and slow me down because I hit him to the rear a little bit, but nothing serious. We are in lap 12, still trying to race my own race, don't mind the guys around me. In races like this there is no point fighting in the middle of the race, just losing time. It all comes together in last stint. That's the time for fighting. At this point my tires are still looking pretty okay, but they are wearing out really fast, so I need to be careful. There is some overtaking in front happening. I believe that's Aya Speed overtaking Windrunner for P3, and Aya Speed makes it stick, so he moves up a position. There is a huge gap behind me. I believe Ace had some kind of problem and he is running with damage. There is a heavy damage in this race, so when you tap the wall, it's you have to pit or just run with the damage, which Ace decided to go like 12 laps on hard tire with front damage, which compromises race a lot. So I'm gonna forward a little bit. I'm gaining on Windrunner, but I believe he's gonna go to the pits. Yes, he is. And he was on a hard tire. So now he's gonna be getting only faster and faster. You can see I'm not too far from Frosty, who already ran a medium tire and now he's on soft. So he still needs to do a soft hard stint. But remember that I still have 2 stops to do, so I'm gonna be pretty far behind them, and I will need to do a pretty good soft stints to be still in the play for a podium position. I believe I'm gonna pit on this lap. Yes, indeed, I am. So I have 24 liters of fuel. I believe I'm gonna refuel up to 42 liters, which is just enough for 7 laps. So I'm gonna do 2 7-lap stints on soft tire. By my calculations, which could be wrong, we're gonna do 28 laps. And I rejoined the circuit right in front of Josef Radotin, and nobody is in front of me, which is again really good for me, because now I can push a little bit and try to close the gap to the guys in front who are doing 1 stop less than I am. This is where the race gets really interesting, when I really start to gain some positions. Let's see how fast can I close on Gagne, who is running in P6. And we can see him already in the distance. And Frosty is into the pit. It's his last stop. He's gonna go on hard tires to the end. So there is 13 laps on hard tire. And we are getting really close to Gagne. We are half a second up on our medium time in sector 1, which is looking pretty okay. And Gagne goes quite wide there, so we gain a chunk of time on him. And leaders are in the pit. Aya Speed is moving into the first position. And I see I'm gonna be able to get Gagne into turn 1 if I hook the chicane right. But unfortunately for Gagne, he's gonna bin it in the chicane and gives me the position for free, which is again pretty good for me. And we can see the leader of the race is right in front of us on hard tires. So I should be able to clear him as soon as possible. And Derek is a very experienced driver, so I'm quite confident that he's not gonna fight it. He knows that there's no point losing time. I'm not in a race with him at this point. I'm really close. I want to get on the inside, but his car is there, so I have no other option than go to the outside. And he just let it happen. So now we can move our attention to the car in front, which is A72. Also very fast driver. But what I didn't know at this point, that he is running with damage, so he's gonna be really slow. He still didn't pit after the crash on the hard tires on his outlap. You can see he locked up there a little bit. You could see the smoke out of his tires. I see I'm closing up on him pretty fast, so I knew that he must be on hard tires still. But I had no idea he's running with the damage, so I just thought that his tires are really bad at this point, and I'm gonna be able to go for the move at the hairpin, but I get really close to him. Again, I can't get on the inside, so I go on the outside, and he's trying to outbrake me, but he outbrakes himself, and I do a beautiful cutback on him. Beautiful. I enjoyed that move a lot. That was a nice move. So we're running P2 at the moment, but we still have a bit to do. We're gonna fast forward, there is nothing happening. Mario is still in front of us. I believe he is on a hard tire. So he decided to do the same strategy as I did, but with a little different combination, starting on mediums, go on softs, then go on hard tire, and what I would do, I would go for a soft stint again at the end, but apparently he did too little laps, not enough laps on hard tires, so he decided not to do 8 laps on soft tire and go for the medium tire. Which I didn't know at the time of the race. I was told after, and I noticed that he changed for medium, so I knew I'm gonna be a little bit faster than he's gonna be. I'm going for my final pit stop. And I'm pretty close to Mario, who is running on P4, so there is still good result in this race for grabs. So now I really need to try to push, but at the same time I need to be careful with my tires, because if I overdrive the car, the tires are gonna fade away, and there is nothing I'm gonna be able to do at the end of the race. And we are not getting much closer. Mario is doing a really good job on the medium tires. I get a little bit sideways on the exit, which didn't help me down the straight. So I really didn't gain anything on him this lap. The gap is still the same, which was a little bit frustrating. I got a little bit worried that I'm not gonna be able to overtake him. But there is still 6 laps to go. A little bit over 10 minutes to do something about this situation I'm in. we could see that he got a little bit twitchy on the curb on the exit of the turn. The curb is quite dangerous, especially in this car, because everybody or most of the people are aware that the curb is glitching, especially in this car. And you can see Mario is dipping wheels on the gravel, and unfortunately for him, fortunately for us, he's gonna get the half-second penalty, and he's gonna serve it here on in the chicane, which I was a bit annoyed when it happened, because that's not a place where I would serve a penalty. But I can understand that he didn't want to get compromised on the straight. But I get a run on him, and we go side by side into turn one. Am I gonna be able? I'm keeping on the inside, trying to leave him space on the outside, and I make the move stick. What a beautiful racing this was. That was sensational. What do you think, guys? And now I knew that he's not gonna be able to overtake me on the medium tires. I have the tire grip advantage, so I can focus in front, and I see Frosty in front, not so far ahead, and I'm quite confident that he's on the hard tires, so I'm gonna be able to reel him in and probably overtake him. We will see. And I go a little bit wide into the hairpin, which allows Mario to get a little bit closer. But we are hanging in there in the fourth position. Third place is right in front of us, so I'm gonna do everything I can to get as close as possible and possibly go for a move on Frosty, who is doing like a 10th lap on the hard tires, so his tires are gonna be pretty shot at this point. My tires are gonna start fade away soon as well, but the grip on soft tires is just much superior than the grip on hard tires, so you can see I'm really close at this point, and Frosty is feeling my breath on his neck. I'm sure he was feeling a lot of pressure at this point. And again, I'm close enough to maybe try a move into the hairpin. Let's see. I get a good run on him. He's immediately going defensive, but I see I'm too far behind, but he's gonna outbrake himself, and I go for a cutback again. He gets a little bit out of shape on the curb, hit me there. I believe he was flashing me to apologize, which wasn't visible in the replay. But I wasn't sure at this point. I thought that I didn't leave him enough space, but there was space for like 2 cars. Always raise these guys with a huge respect. None of these guys should be underestimated. Everybody is really fast here. It's a very competitive lobby, and I really enjoy racing with these guys. Now the gap to P2 is unfortunately way too big, so I'm just gonna bring it home. Mario is gonna overtake Frosty for P4. Frosty is really struggling on these hard tires. They just doesn't grip as he would like to. But the guys in front, Derek and ISP, they're both on hard tires, so I'm gaining on them slightly. But unfortunately it's not enough to be able to attack for the position. this was the last lap, and at this point I'm just cruising. I know I have enough fuel to get to the end. My tires are getting a little bit worn out at this point, but I think I could do 8 laps on them easily without dying. So Gagne finished on P8. I believe he overtook 2 cars on the last sector, which was pretty nice to see on the replay. Really good effort from Gagne. And Derek is at the last turn. He's gonna win the race. I can see Aya speed in front, but unfortunately it's too far ahead, so I'm not able to grab the P2 position. I'm gonna do a little slalom. I was quite happy about the result, but there was still the doubt that what could have happened if I didn't decide to do the 3-stop and do the optimal strategy which most of the drivers went for. But P3 in such a competitive lobby is pretty good result for me. I'm currently P3 in the championship standing, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to attack Derek or Aya Speed. They're gonna have the fight for the win in the championship, I believe. But I'm quite confident that I'm able to keep the P3 for myself if I'm not gonna be crashing or running out of fuel as in first 2 rounds, which were a little bit unlucky for me. But yeah, I do enjoy these races, and it's super fun. And I'm really happy I'm able to race with such fast guys as these are. I hope you guys enjoyed my commentary. It wasn't terrible, and let me know if it's worthwhile doing these types of videos for you guys. Yeah, I see you around. Cheers.